You know, I never thought I'd be the guy spilling my guts like this on camera, but here we are, Alex Thompson, sitting in my old beat-up truck, thinking back on how everything flipped upside down when I was just 17. Picture this. I'm the only kid of David Thompson, that tech mogul who built an empire out of apps and algorithms, living large in Seattle at Oak Ridge Academy. Think glossy halls lined with tech tycoon portraits, doors swinging open just 'cause my last name's on the check. But deep down, man, I was crumbling, flunking every quiz, zoning out in class, convinced I'd just coast into Dad's boardroom one day. No sweat. Until he dropped the hammer that night in his sleek home office, espresso untouched, suit crisp as ever. You're a letdown, Alex. If you were on my payroll, you'd be out the door. He snaps, eyes like steel. I cross my arms, fire back. I'm not your damn employee. But he just leans in, voice low and final. The world won't carry you forever, kid. Shape up or ship out. And bam, next morning, credit cards frozen, my shiny SUV gone, me crammed on the school bus smelling like cheap vinyl, and regret. Yeah, that was the hook that yanked me into reality, wondering if I'd ever claw my way back. It hit hardest in those quiet dawn hours at school, sneaking in the side door to avoid the stairs. When I hear this soft murmur from the shadows, true strength starts when you admit what you don't know. I freeze, spot her, Lena Harris, this poised black woman in her mid-30s, mop in hand, scrubbing a scuff like it's personal. She's got these steady eyes, earbuds faintly humming some old soul track, uniform faded, but her stance sharp like she owns the floor she's cleaning. What did you say? I blurt, half annoyed, half curious. She looks up, calm as a lake. Something you might not be ready for yet, young man. Turns out, Lena wasn't just any custodian. She'd been an adjunct prof in Chicago, youngest on tenure track, publishing papers on literature and ethics, until she blew the whistle on a dean plagiarizing her work, got blackballed, funding yanked, doors slammed. And then her partner dies in a freak accident on the way to one of her lectures. Life stripped her bare, left her with just her smarts and her spirit, mopping floors at Oak Ridge to pay the bills. But damn if she didn't carry that fire inside. I was tanking tests left and right, English a pitiful 18%, math even worse, tutors bailing, counselor shaking her head. You're at the bottom, Alex, not misbehaving, just empty, desperate. I corner Lena again. You quoted Aristotle or something? Were you a teacher? She folds her arms, shoots back with that sharp edge, stranger than a rich kid bombing basics while the world's his playground. I swallow my pride, first time ever, and beg. Teach me, don't want to flop anymore. She sizes me up, long pause. Ditch the Thompson ego at the doorway, start from scratch. Deal sealed. And just like that, my mornings became these raw sessions in the dimly lit halls, notebook in hand, her polishing tiles while we dive into books like Ralph Ellison, Zora Neale Hurston, Audre Lorde, stuff that punched through my bubble, making me question everything. Read the gaps between the words, she'd say, provoking. Why is the character holding back? Is it fear, or something you see in yourself? My first entries were messy rants, angry at Dad, at the fake smiles from classmates, but Lena marked him up. Name it, what's under the mad? Rewrite from the gut. And yeah, the mockery stung me. Buddy Kyle sneering in the cafeteria. Look, Thompson's romancing the janitor. Laughter erupts. I jump up hot-faced, but Lena's hand on my shoulder cools it. Don't judge oceans with a teaspoon, Alex. It landed like a splash of cold water, shifted me from rage to resolve, especially when Dad texts. One more slip, you're cut off for good. But for once, fear turned to fire. I asked Lena her story deeper, learned about the betrayal that cost her career, the grief that nearly broke her, and how she rebuilt quietly, teaching from the shadows. That sparked something in me, no more hiding behind quotes. I wrote real, raw, about my hollow privilege, the shame of ignorance. In class, I raise my hand. Why gloss over inequality like it's a sidebar? Teacher stammers. Where'd that come from? Me. Ellison, Lordeaned, a woman who asks questions that cut deep. Whispers ripple, stares turn from scorn to curiosity. But the system? It pushed back hard. Rumors fly. Kyle posts a snarky vid of us in the old study room. Thompson's new guru scrubs toilets. Vice Principal MS. Ellis hauls Lena in. You're not credentialed here. Stop these unauthorized chats. Lena fires back even. Job description doesn't cover saving souls, but here we are. The group grows anyway. Secret evenings in that dusty room. Me, Priya from Chem, a few others. Lena circling chairs. No thrones here, just voices. What's your silence hiding? We unpack pain, freedom, language as weapon, and bomb. Tears flow when Priya admits, I felt dumb every day in this place. But then the axe falls. Lena's laid off for budget reasons, escorted out at dawn like a thief. I rage to Dad. She's the one who saw minute you. He sneers, learning from a floor wiper? You're dragging our name through the mud. Quit or lose it all. Heart pounding, I stand firm. Maybe losing it all's how I find me. He storms out, scent of cologne lingering like a ghost. I'm left hollow, but determined. Fast forward to the end of term speech contest. What's winning mean? I enter, draft raw as hell, workshopped with the underground crew. Ditch the guards. Alex on the fails. On stage, lights blinding, crowd murmuring. I breathed deep. I had the world gifted wrapped, but inside, empty as a shell until dawn. Hallways smelling of fresh polish, and a woman named Lena Harris, mop in hand, taught me to see scars under the shine. Gasps a mess. Ellis shifts uneasy. I name the firing. Systems crush what works when it threatens the status quo. Redefine win. Not towering over folks, it's hoisting him up. Not being seen, but seeing. Applause thunders. Vid goes viral. Lena slips in back row, nods silently, eyes wet. From there, we build the Lena Center in a rundown Seattle community spot. Free circles on reading guts, writing truths, no tuition, just show up and dig deep. Challenges hit. Fire codes fail us. Funds dry. Dad offers cash with strings. Thompson Learning Hub. I counter, anonymous or nothing. He caves, quietly his own thaw starting. 2 years on, Center thrives, wins awards. I speak nationally. Greatness ain't spotlights, it's spotting others' light. Dad shows, eyes misty. You made me quiet. Then cry. We hug awkward, real him admitting. Power blinded me. You opened my eyes. Now the place hums with kids once invisible, writing lines like, I want to see my sister dream bigger. But here's the twist that still gnaws. Did the system really change? Or just bend 'cause a rich kid pushed? Lena's back teaching adjunct gigs. But what about the next whistleblower scrubbed away quiet? Man, if this hits home, drop a like. Share your take below. Was I right to rebel or too naive? What's winning look like in your world? Climbing alone or pulling others up? Hit subscribe for more real talk stories that might just shift yours too.